Welcome to your Daily Revolution podcast. Today's topic, avoid this one thing to avoid being average. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
My name is Setema, Gali, the founder and creator of the Prosperity Revolution, a global movement that helps you to get out of scarcity and into prosperity every single day. A movement where people have value, things do not, where money is a result of helping people, where you're rewarded for creating value for others, and where prosperity is not the result of luck, but a predictable steps and formulas, and where happiness is the ultimate goal.
Oh man, it's good to have you here. So I'm going to jump right into the podcast. Listen, you want to know what distinguishes powerful people? People of excellence, people of greatness. You want to know the one thing that you've absolutely got to avoid so that you can avoid being average. See, average people who suck, people who are mediocre. Yeah, this one's a little bit of a rant today. People who just kind of get by and complain and wonder why their life isn't as good and they don't have as much money or they're not as happy and they're just not as in shape. And you know what these people don't do that you ought to avoid? Or you know what these people do, what you ought to avoid doing? They don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to be held accountable. See, the most powerful, top-performing athletes and business owners and even just moms and dads and people who live lives of greatness, they have no problem being held accountable. They have no problem when someone says, did you do what you said you were going to do? This comes about because I remember, maybe it was 2017, and this client of mine just reached out. So we worked together about 4 years ago. And there were times early on when she would say, hey, I'm going to do this, coach. And we would commit, we'd make an agreement. And she wouldn't do it. And then I would get on the phone and say, what's going on? And she would ghost me. Imagine paying someone a big chunk of money, right? Imagine signing or writing a check or sending the wire for a lot of money. And then when it's time for me to hold you accountable, you don't want to be held accountable. That's the craziest thing. If you're going to avoid being average, then you must be willing to be held under the spotlight and to be exposed. Period. In fact, powerful people love being held accountable. That's how A players do it. Like, hold me to a standard. Like, if I don't do what I say I'm going to do, I want you to tell me. Kick me in the butt, punch me in the face. I mean, it is what it is. Whatever you want to call it. Oh, you're going to guilt and shame them. That's what I signed up for. That's what you signed up for when you want to be great. So if you are avoiding being accountable, and listen, I get this because when you are the CEO and you are the executive and you are the leader and you are the owner, guess what? Guess what most people don't do? They don't call you on your crap. They don't call you out. They just say, okay, yeah, it's okay because it's not okay. So if you are avoiding being accountable, if you are avoiding putting your plan on paper, if you are avoiding looking at the score, I can tell you right now, you are nowhere close to where you need to be. Nope, not even close. You're not even on the field. You're somewhere in the parking lot stuffing down a hot dog with extra chili cheese on it and sucking down a Diet Diet soda because you're the boss. And ain't nobody going to call you out. I promise you right now, if you want to be powerful, if you want to be great, if you want to go to another level, if you want to kick ass in life, hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself to a standard and hold others to a standard. Be the type of leader that people know, man, if I tell him I'm going to do this, he's going to hold me to it. You know why the leaders really hold them to the standard? Because leaders hold themselves to the standard. Leaders hold themselves to a standard of excellence, of greatness, of integrity. So take a look at the mirror today, my friends. Are you holding yourself to a standard? Are you doing what you said you would do? Are you accountable to someone? And I get it. You don't always have to be accountable to someone, but damn it, you got to be accountable to yourself. If you want to be a great athlete and you're not out shooting at least 200 to 300 shots a day with the coach and filming it. You don't want to be great. You just want to kind of be good if it's easy. And if it's easy, you'll do it. Because there's an accountability. There are things that you got to do. If you want to be a great spouse, where's your accountability? Do you date your spouse? Do you send messages to your spouse? Do you serve your spouse? Do you listen to your spouse? For me, I do it all. This is so important to me. Messages daily. Daily touch and hug and kiss and hugs. Listening. Time together. Quantity and quality. Date nights. Flowers. Whatever it is, I want my wife so bad. I love her so much. So there's a scorecard I got to keep. And the scorecards for me, I want to perform at a higher level. Business-wise, this is where most people don't want to be held accountable. Because when you're the leader and you're making pretty good money, pretty good, right, relative thing, but, owners and entrepreneurs, they make good money, right? They're not worried about some of the smaller things that a lot of people are stressed out about. And this brings us to the point. Do you want to be held accountable or not? Do you want to be exposed or not? You want to go to another level? Put yourself under the microscope. Put the lights on bright and look at everything. You can't tell me if you want to be held to a standard of doing what you said you would do. You cannot tell me that you wouldn't get better if someone was there, right up your, holding you to what you said you were going to do. Now, this is all dependent. This is all pending on you wanting to be great. If you don't want to be great, then don't hold yourself to a standard. Don't be great. Spiritually, physically, relationally, financially. So how do we make this practical? If you've hired a coach, go do what the coach asks you to do. If you are a coach, hold your people to a standard. If you are the leader of your family, again, do what's required. I am the spiritual leader of my home. We have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays of our weeks are crazy busy. We got multiple sports practices, different locations, church activities, game. It is chaotic and it's awesome. It's life. Wouldn't have it any other way. But at the end of the day, in my family, we are going to do highs and lows and we're going to pray. We're going to pray and we're going to hug. We're going to express gratitude. There's just some things that are non-negotiable. I got to do these things for my family. At a minimum, this is the bare minimum we're going to do. Some days we study the word of God. Last night, my boys were out. It was 9:00 and they're out there. I was okay, get up. And I had to wake them up and get them upstairs. We were watching a little bit of Rocky last night, right? Kind of Rocky in us. All right, so let me come back to the point here. Listen, is there a standard? Do you want to be held accountable? Are you willing to be held accountable? If you don't, then just be okay with being average. But for me, average sucks. Average is not a way to live. It is not what God created me to be. It is not the way of high, powerful, elite performers. It is not the way when people want to impact people in the world, which is what I want to do. Entrepreneur, influencer, game changer, life changer, high paid coach, powerful presenter, game changing, most powerful presenter on a stage. Then I got to hold myself to a standard. Absolutely. All right, my friends, if this has been helpful for you, here's my ask of you. 2 things. Number 1, go do it. Raise the baseline, raise the bar. Pick one area of your life and be okay, enough is enough. I got to start keeping score here for myself and for my family and or for my team and my company. Number 2, if this has been helpful, my friends, take a screenshot, snapshot, direct messages to someone, share the message. I want someone to hear this. If you know this could help them, just share this in a text message, send the link to them inside of an email, on social media. Get the message out so we can have millions and millions of people listening to your Daily Revolution podcast. Until then, my friends, have an amazing day. I'm out.
This is your daily revolution. Living prosperity, we show you how to do it. There's no luck about it, we got the strategic blueprint. This is your daily revolution. You already know. And if you don't, then check my resume. Turning pressure into possibilities every day. We all can win and live our unique purpose. We change our mindsets and put the work in. This is your daily revolution. Daily revolution. Revolution. Your daily revolution podcast.